Hi, it's Carolee and Stacy with Coffee Talk Tuesday, and today we are enjoying, obviously, some beautiful sunshine. It's so bright we had to wear shades.
Absolutely, our future's so bright.
Can't wait for that bright future. So today we wanted to talk to you about just the process of buying a home from when you get a contract until you close, because sometimes people have questions about those, and I know even me, I've sold and bought 4 different houses in the past some odd years, and until I was a realtor I really didn't know the difference between option and earnest. So today we want to talk to you about what an option is and what an earnest amount is. So why don't you start with option period?
Absolutely. So option period is the time that a buyer is looking at the house really in depth. So that is your right to go in, have an inspection done at that point. If there's a pool, have the pool inspected, septic system, anything like that. You go in and you make sure from top to bottom that that house is the one that you want and that it's in good repair.
So what happens if you don't like the repairs, the repairs that need to be made?
You get to walk away from your contract and you get your earnest money back, which we'll talk about. The option money is just a nominal fee, typically less than a couple $100. And you do most of the time get that credited back at closing. So it really is just kind of your time, your option to walk away from the contract if you so choose. And really it's for any reason.
And usually that amount for an option fee is nominal. It's something that wouldn't hurt your wallet too much.
Right.
But you know, you don't have to walk away. You also can negotiate, right?
Yep.
You can negotiate those repairs and have the seller help you out with some of those things, especially if they're things that are dangerous or things that are expensive.
Right.
Those are usually the things I'm looking at when I'm working with the buyer.
So what is earnest money then?
So earnest money is a little bit different. Usually it's around 1% of the sales price, so it's a bigger risk. But what happens is you've got your 7 or 10 day option, whatever you negotiate, that you can walk away for that nominal fee and get your earnest money back. If you go past that option period, then your earnest money is at risk. And the reason you have that earnest money there is to prove to the seller that you really are a valid buyer and that you really are interested in the property. Now there are some ways that you can walk away without that earnest money being lost, and those cases are a case-by-case basis, and they're usually determined by the title company and the seller and the buyer negotiate that as well. However, if you have a financing period, which is also added into your contract if you are doing a loan, and for some reason within that period you don't qualify for that loan, you could walk away with your earnest money. So that's something that's really important, to put a good number of days and to really work with your lender and your realtor to make sure you're putting the right dates in there and the number of days to best protect you.
So the earnest money is basically some skin in the game.
Exactly.
It makes it so that the buyer knows, or the seller knows, that you're serious about wanting their home.
Exactly.
And what happens with that once you move forward?
Once you move forward, not only do you get that earnest money credited towards your down payment or your closing costs, you also, at that point, do get your option money back as a credit as well. So you lose it if you walk away, but you get it back at closing if you don't. So
it goes towards your down payment. That's awesome.
I thought you might want to know where we are today, since we are sitting here in this beautiful day with this beautiful scenery, but we are out at 121 and the tollway. We had a nice lunch at Hookline and Sinker today. It was wonderful.
So good.
All these patios out here are great with this lake view. It's a boardwalk atmosphere. So if you haven't been over here, you need to check it out, don't you say?
It is gorgeous. Absolutely. It doesn't even feel like you're right here on a busy intersection.
No, although you might hear some noise around us. It's very peaceful out here.
It is very nice. So
thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for listening to what we said, and let us know. We would love to hear if you guys have any other questions. You know, we do this on a regular basis, and so we sometimes forget that not everyone knows the ins and outs of a contract like we might. But if you have any questions, put them in the comments, and we can definitely get to those on a future coffee talk. So
I'm Carolee.
I'm Stacy.
And we are your real estate professionals. Have a great day.
Bye.